Hi everyone and welcome to another painting tutorial. So today I'm going to take you through a blue theme I have for the Celestial Dracoline of the Stormcast Eternals. So over a white scar undercoat, I'm going to begin by applying Frostheart Contrast with Contrast Medium, approximately a 50-50 mix. So I'm just going to be doing one coat of this over the entire Celestial Dracoline. And of course, just ensuring that I don't let the contrast paint pool too much. So after giving the contrast paint approximately half an hour to dry, I'm now going to begin highlighting it while cleaning up all of the flesh with Frostheart Blue. And this is why I mixed it with the contrast medium as opposed to applying the Frostheart straight from the pot, as I did intend on moving straight on to Frostheart Blue, which is quite a bright blue. And as you can see, I'm getting a pretty smooth transition there. However, I did intend on doing as many coats as necessary to get an entirely smooth finish on this, so I would say I ended up doing just the two. However, if necessary in certain spots, if you find that the contrast paint is a little bit too rich in some spots, then you may need to do three. And I have this relatively thinned down as well. So as you can see, it's already coming together quite nicely. I'm now going to move on to Frostheart Blue and Dead White, 50-50 mix, so that's Frostheart Blue by Citadel and Dead White by Vallejo. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, this is my go-to white, however any white acrylic paint will do just fine. So as you can see, mostly just focusing on the muscle definition for these highlights. And of course, if you do need to correct anything, you can just always jump back to the Frostheart Blue and clean up anything that you aren't happy with. So with those highlights now complete, as you can see, I've already done the scales on one side, but we're just going to move on to Blue by Vallejo. Now this is in fact the model color blue, not the game color blue by Vallejo. It's just a really nice deep sort of blue, that's why I thought it would go quite nicely against the more vibrant lighter blue that we've gone with for the skin. And this is time consuming, this bit, however absolutely worthwhile, as the effect looks pretty cool. If you pick out all of these scales on the Dracoline. Now it's important to note that you do want to work the paint around the scales, not leaving any of those faint lines of blue, but just also be careful not to let any of that spill out onto the skin. So with the blue Vallejo now done, I'm going to highlight the scales with Calidor Sky by Citadel. So really just focusing at the top of the scales for this. And at this point, if you're happy with it, you can of course just leave it there. However, I wanted to go with one more highlight for the scales, and I decided to use Lothan Blue by Citadel. So again, just following over the top of the scales, over those previous highlights of Calidor Sky. And here are some photos of the completed miniature, Astria Solbright. So I hope you found this tutorial useful today. You can of course definitely test out all of the new contrast paints and even some of the older ones for some pretty cool effects for your steeds. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.